What's going on, everyone? My name is Cyan, and welcome back to Satisfactory. It's been a little while. We'll get into that, but I thought it would be a nice reintroduction to things if we got quiet, went on a little base tour. So it's been 6 months now since we've been in here and on stream. It's the last time I played. So we're gonna take a little trip around, maybe a trip down memory lane, so to speak, and just see how everything is. Let's start back at the beginning. How about that? So, this is kind of where we started out, the initial factories down below, like a lot of us do. This is a great starting area. So, we just continued from here and built up, but we'll get into what each of these are in a minute. This is the central storage. We kind of just have a little bit of everything here hooked up to a dimensional depot. And yeah, we just kind of stockpile whatever we felt was handy. When I say we, I mean me. Um, but, Stream helped. And we kind of put just everything, accessible here to do crafting and unlocking and stuff like that. It's all fed from these outlying facilities. So on this side, we have iron. So you can see we have iron plates and rods coming in from the far side down there. We have concrete coming from right below. We have the tier 2 iron parts, rotors, modular frames, and reinforced plates. Eventually, there they are. There's some. So those are all making their way in from this portion here. And we can take a look inside in a minute. And then on the left, we have the copper and caterium side. So we've got wire, cables, and copper sheets. Yep. And then we have some quick wire and AI limiters. And that is all going in there. And we also have quartz crystal. Looks like coming in from the nodes over here, I believe. Yeah, in the cave. I think we're bringing it all the way over. So we've got a decent mix of stuff. And then on the other side, here we'll go through the bottom. You can see all the belt work and stuff. Pretty simple. This is my overflow. So just a smart splitter here and sending excess to the right up into a lift, and then just kind of got a main line going out. When I feel it gets overflowed, I put a jump down, and underneath are the awesome sinks. So you can see here on the other side, we've got the electronics factory. And this place is pretty cool. So we have oil down below, as along with another, there it is, big facility over there. That's giving us rubber, plastic, and turbo fuel. A lot of that is being consumed by this facility here, which is giving us supercomputers, regular computers, high-speed connectors, and is putting a lot of that into other parts of the factory. See, we kind of have a bus over there and over there. All right, so let's take a quick look at these facilities over here. We also, of course, have the golden space elevator, and looking pretty awesome. We're almost done, just a little bit more to go. So these are actually blueprints that we made very early on, and these are one click, one level reinforced plates here. So everything we need is just made on this floor, and we have a lot of them in here. I think we've got 5 maybe at 6 each, so about 30 reinforced plates a minute. Down below is our iron rods and plates. And the idea with all of these builds is that they are vertically stackable. so we can just add on to them as we need. As you can see here, we're doing that. Gotta clean that up a little bit. We'll do that on stream. We'll get to that. And here is, I think, rotors. And same thing, we take the walls away. We can add more if we need it. And over here, it's modular frames. This one is 2 levels. We're just using the reinforced plate blueprint from before. I think I've deleted it since, but that blueprint, and then just putting the modular frame construction on top. So that handles all of those. Over here, I think we have space elevator part production. Yep, so we've got our smart plating being made. We've got versatile frameworks being made. I think this is our modular engines. Yep. And it's all the same idea. I can figure out how to get out. Let's go out this way. Whee. Whoops. And it's the same idea. We're just stacking on top. There we go. I got some drones coming in. So there's a lot going on at this base. All right, so that's the right side here. Oh, I'm in the space elevator. On the left, you can see we've got quite a bit happening as well. It's a little more open air, but the same concept. So open air just means you didn't build walls, you know. Call it that. We're fancy here. So we've got our AI limiters. Just kidding. Joke's on me. Electromagnetic control rods here. In here, this is, I think, just wire. Yep. Same thing, we can stack it as we need to. Over here, we're making cable. And this is, again, all in one level. So all the wires being made here, turn it right into cables. And we've got a lot of cable being made this way. It's working so far. We may change it one day, but probably not. Copper sheets down below, of course, not a lot. And as we continue on the opposite side, sorry, this is now the AI limiters. Here we go. Let's go take a walk through the floor. A little less flying for a minute. There we go. So over here is quick wire. We were just here at the AI limiters. And this is all kind of open. I decided to continue on the next level up, but this could be really anything. For now, it's just kind of empty space that we're keeping for future use. Up top here, we've got our elevator parts. So we've got some automated wiring, an awesome sink going to town, adaptive control units. Everything kind of moves down the line, as you can see. And then we've got assembly director systems at the end. We've also got our magnetic field generators over here. So we're combining the versatile frameworks from earlier and moving them over here. And of course, we've got these bad boys making the spaghetti. Can't promise I'll never do that again. Anyway, here's a butte. Got 2 of them. And that's that side. We got trains up top delivering copper, specifically for this facility here. The copper powder is being made right over there. See that coming down. Let's go take a look at that. We got a lot of copper coming in. So that is all working on the main line. We'll get to the main line in a minute. But that kind of covers the initial base. This has been expanded on, of course, many times. The initial footprint was a lot smaller, but it's all on stream. We did it all live, so this was a pretty fun thing. I do want to polish it off and finish it, you know, but it's coming together pretty well. Hey, Tick, what's up, buddy? Ticks. So, yeah, speaking of one of the reasons why I was gone for 6 months, IRL, is you know, a little thing called a tick. Apparently got me at some point, and I got Lyme disease, and that shit sucks, to put it bluntly. We're talking about more. We're gonna go over to steel. It's the hypertube network I designed. Off we go. But yeah, basically ticks are no joke, man. So I had Lyme disease, and it was hitting my joints and stuff, and doing a whole bunch of damage, and just being a real pain. Thankfully, my doctor ordered the right test, and they found it and figured it out. But yeah, that extended what was a long knee surgery recovery into even longer recovery. So kind of just took a lot out of me, and on top of other things happening, it just was a lot. So we're back now. We're feeling all right, and we're looking for the future, you know. So over here, real life spiel over. Let's get to steel. Get it? Spiel steel. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm done. So this is the foundry. We are now on the opposite side of the bay here. So you can see the starter factory over here. Hello, drones doing their thing. We flew by coal. This is our little starter coal power, chugging along, doing well. Got the trains going overhead. And this is quite a big facility now. It started off pretty small, but has grown, much like everything else, exponentially. So this is the foundry tower that I like to call it. So this is making steel ingots. You look in here, go. We got 60 minutes, so 180 per floor. Yeah, I used to know the math, not anymore. Same goes for this. I should have put signs down. We're making steel pipes. In some of them, the bottom row is making steel beams, mainly for just building, and a few go to the versatile framework. We don't need a lot. The rest is all steel pipes. And then this right hand side here is like the intermediate production, you know, so we're taking limestone into concrete, we're making copper wire. Over there is SAM stuff. Get to that. And then on this side is the, you know, final, or, you know, just intermediate production, I guess, more advanced production. So we've got our encased industrial beam alt going here. Got a couple floors of that. You can go down below. It looks cool. So same thing, right? We got the encased industrial beams down here. We're also making stators. We're making rotors. We're turning those into motors. So look at that. And we're also making the steel modular frames here so that we can make heavy modular frames. So we're making pretty much everything we can with steel pipes here and all the other stuff that we already had. And it's working out pretty well. We've got 2 of those going for like 5.5 per minute. And since we have all these already, I figured why not make SAM fluctuators here. So that's where all of this comes in. And as you can see, this is kind of the later stuff. I was a little pretty sloppy. Fuel for a drone. But it's doing its job. We're getting it done. Got plenty sitting around so we can make whatever stuff we want. And yeah, this is a build and a half. This is going to be a fun one, but I wanna make this look nicer and less floaty. So definitely going to be a stream probably dedicated to this, but we'll get there. That's a Caterium or something over there. Not that important. These are more drones that are going over there where we started to aluminum. We'll get there. But I think, let's see. Let's show off the hypertube network real quick and head back to oil. We're advancing, you know, as it makes sense in my head through the game, through the factory. So I made it so you can pass by specific areas. So for starters, we're in the steel factory and we want to go to the base. So we're going to click that one on. And then here we want to go from base to electronics. And we're going to click that one on. So now what's going to happen is we're going to skip the base stop. At least it should. Here we go. And just go straight through to electronics without, slowing down or anything. So pretty rudimentary design, but it does work. And I'm sure in 1.1 there's going to be more advanced features. There you go. We got our bus coming in from steel. So this is carrying like the quartz. We're bringing reinforced plates over from the starter factory side, and we're bringing back, stators, motors. We're doing a lot of that on a mixed belt. And the steel beams, that's all on one belt. And then we're branching it off. Looks like I messed up. I didn't. Nice. We love it when a plan comes together. All right, look at that. So let's turn these off. Okay, now we're in electronics. Kind of wanted to go to oil. I kind of did mess up. Okay, that's fine. So you get how it works. Through the power of magic, we're going to be there in like a second. So here we go. Humble beginnings. Some little rubber and plastic over here. Turn it into heavy oil residue. And then we had some, just basic fuel and stuff like that being made. It has since grown considerably as well. We are now producing turbo fuel, and we're getting this compacted coal from that. Yep. Which is sorry, I might have to look up the recipe. I think it's a diluted nitro rocket fuel power plant, something like that. It's giga. It's good. It's good. One of the byproducts is compacted coal. So we're sinking a bunch of it, and the rest we're turning into turbo fuel because waste not, want not. You know what I mean? This over here is a nice little closed loop blueprint that I'm definitely going to make a video on very soon, I promise. This one's cool. It's a diluted packaged fuel power plant. Basically, packaged water in here. It bakes that into packaged fuel with heavy oil residue. You unpackage the fuel to get your empty canisters back, put those right back into your packager, make more water. The fuel goes into two turbo overclocked power generators, and you consume the perfect amount. So it's a very nice little loop, and you can just stamp them down as you need them. Yeah, and they're nice. Just a little more underneath show off. Just the stuff running underneath. If you don't like doing the pipes from underneath, you can always run them from above. I just use water towers, and that has solved any flow issues in the designs. And even stuff like this, as long as it's coming from above, works out just fine. So yeah, here's our initial little setup. We expanded quite a bit. So yeah, power plant over here. This is a plastic and rubber facility. Hop off here. Thanks, dude. As you can see, we got a little bit coming out. This is the next blueprint video. I promise. It's coming. This one is next. It's the blender tower. We're gonna get this one into the Rolodex of videos. Couple of kinks in it, and hopefully everything works out well. But we'll make it happen. Anyway, this place is cool. Plastic, rubber, all from recycled plastic basically and recycled rubber. So took a while to work out the kinks. It's still not perfect, I don't think, but it does work pretty well. So, I mean, I'm seeing a lot of green lights, I gotta say. We're not doing too bad. Anyway, yeah, it's doing well, and it makes a lot of stuff. So we can just pull from it basically as we need it. Right now, we're only using like maybe half of it, if that. If that. So, and we're doing fine. So we got a lot to work with. There goes our train. There goes the main line. Working on it. And yeah, no, it's doing well. Oh, there you go. There's little stalls here and there. Okay. That's what I thought. There you go. That's what I thought. That's the factory I know. This thing was a little bit of a mission. Here she is. This is the diluted nitro rocket fuel power plant. Train fed, terrible idea, but it was fun. So we are bringing in nitrogen gas, I think, right? That's what this is. Sulfur and coal. All of that is getting processed down below and mixed with oil here. So we're making fuel. And then we are making nitro rocket fuel. So we're taking the diluted fuel from these blenders here, doubling our output, and then we're turning it into rocket fuel with the nitro rocket fuel recipe, which also gives us better yields, but it's basically, or not better yields, but it's easier to make, but it's way more expensive, basically. Like these numbers hurt more, I think. It's been a while. Forgive me. I'm probably wrong. I could look, I know, but oh yeah, we don't have to make turbo fuel. That was it. That was it. And that, in my opinion, is a big time saved. So we get more. It just costs us a lot more sulfur and nitrogen, which, you know what? I'm okay with that. I'm not using it for anything else. And then I made the decision to stack these in alternating towers. I don't know what I was thinking. I'm gonna be real with you now, looking back, but look, it works. So it's not solid, but it's pretty dang close. We're making 1.75, 170. So we're making 175 gigawatts. Wow, crazy numbers, man. Anyway, not perfect. You know, it's not a steady line, but for what we're doing, I'm okay with it. The top few might have some issues, but for the most part, it runs. Another beast of a build that, in hindsight, is way too much. But you know what? Now we have it again. For whatever, we got it. All right, let's go up here and move on to the last factory. And as we do that, we will take a trip on a train. Yes, choo-choo to you too. Hello. Here we go. Here's my train. Okay, so we're going to go to aluminum. And in order to do that, I have to... How do I use a train again? There we go. Hold on, we're finding it. Oh, there we go. Coal to aluminum. Off we go. So, the main line is all blueprint sections. It is made in a Mark II blueprinter, so there's radar towers built into it. There we go. Sorry, I'll shut up for a second. Okay, so yeah, it's made of repeatable blueprint sections. These are all available for free, by the way. So grab them, use them, whatever you want to do. And yeah, it's super fun. Even the turns, we made that work. And yeah, we've expanded it across most of the map that we are using. You know, we haven't really gone like full loop yet, but we are all the way down into the grasslands, and of course up in the bamboo forest, red forest area. We haven't really gone further into like the dune desert area because we just haven't needed those resources yet. But one day we might build our kind of end game thing over there. Who knows? Maybe do nuclear or something just for fun. Not like we need the power, right? All right, so get into the aluminum hill here. And as you can see, there's a lot of activity on the main line. We are running quite a few trains. Supplying the power plant takes quite a number of locomotives to get the job done. And we also have intermediate trains running in between factories, as well as supplying, um, you know, other locations. All right, it's coming into view now. This is where we started off. A lovely aluminum facility here. It looks like I left some hints for myself of what I was working on. That's nice. Okay, let's see. Okay, you gotta get off the tracks here, my friend. I think the first stop is open. Yep, good enough for me. Alright. We made it. I don't think these are in use yet, so that's why they're just full of my trains. Yeah, my trains. Okay. What is this? Ah. Oh, I even put numbers on it? Alright, we were doing that though, I remember, because this is aluminum. Alright. So this is probably my favorite build. The main line cuts right through the factory, and we did that on purpose, and it's really, really cool. I love it. I think it's just super nice. Very different from everything else I've built so far. You can see it's still under construction. That is not an active section of the factory. But over here, I love my blueprints, and we are making aluminum ingots in a nice little closed loop right here. I don't know if it's really a closed loop. Well, I guess it is kind of. Water recycle loop, whatever you want to call it. So we have a couple of these running. I think 5, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, we're going to add another 5 because we need a lot of aluminum. Oh, sorry, we have 10 down here. Sorry, I forgot you guys. You guys are working hard down here. My bad, my bad, my bad. Okay. So we have 5, 10, 15 total. And that is feeding this factory here, which is our aluminum and a little advanced stuff over there. So over here, we're making our aluminum sheets. We are making casings. We're using the alternate recipe because it's just better. We're also turning a few into empty fluid tanks because I eventually want to have rocket fuel for the jetpack. We're making fused modular frames as well. Over here, this is where we're making our turbo motors. And if we look back here, got the intermediate parts of that. So we've got our heat sinks. And up top, we've got our cooling systems. The rubber is being brought in via train from the large facility, you know, that we first went to. Or not first went to, that we went to buy turbo fuel. And we've also got the SAM ore over here being brought in for the trigons and other stuff. So if we continue down here, I've got drones set up, bringing in a variety of stuff. This is actually taking aluminum casings out and bringing them to the storage room. And it's dropping off heavy modular frames. Not sure about that one. Something's happening there. Don't ask me about the drones. Let's go back over here. But I know we're making thermal propulsion rockets over here, and we're sending them back to the space elevator. And we're making our pressure conversion cubes as well. Okay. All right. Okay. How did you get in? They're in the fucking floors. Okay, I'm just gonna beat you with the big stick. Come here. All right, anyway. It's hopefully a quick. Good, it's daytime. The horrors of the night can stop. All right, and everything collects down here, and we have, storage of whatever we could need. Oh yeah, radio control units. Those are being made not here, but they're brought here. Don't ask me why. Anyway, that's the base. Thanks for watching. I don't think I have anything else to show you. Oh, I do. I lied. Hopefully you're still watching. That's a steel factory. It's not that interesting. But this one is kind of cool, where that guy's going. That's also the nice part about blueprints is you could just do that. Power? Power. Ooh. So this, welcome back. This is our currently just copper refining facility. Remember I said we're making a lot of copper? I didn't lie. We're making a lot of copper. So this is all using the whatever pure ingot recipe, sinking excess, putting it all onto trains and shipping it out. We're making a lot of copper here. Don't rush me, it's been a while. 6,000. All right, that's right. Nice number. So we're making 6,000 ingots per minute. We're collecting most of the copper down here. There we go. We got a train pulling in, depositing copper ore. And then it gets spread out through the whole facility. Got buffers and stuff. Everything's kind of at its max because we're not pulling that much. I think we're pulling maybe 1,000, 2,000, something like that. It's not a lot. We have a lot of overhead, but I just built it big because it was fun. And yeah, so we got that going out there. This is future items. We're probably going to do iron and Caterium as well. The main line is a real nice trip along the coast. I recommend it in the springtime. And there we go. This is the hypertube cannon that I thought I had earlier. Thanks, dude. So now you got a nice whole view of everything. You can kind of see how he's spread out over time. All right, this is killing it. Okay, we're back. Did I ever go over the electronics factory? Nope. Well, we're here. Here we go. Electronics factory. Thing I teased at the beginning and then never showed. Sorry. Haha. Stayed at the end to find out. Ta-da. So we're making copper and Caterium over here. That is being sent into the first tower here. Don't say it. First tower is making quick wire. Second tower is making circuit boards, taking the plastic from the facility down below. There you go. See the line coming in. Over here, third tower. See, third tower. Third tower. We're making computers. We're also making high-speed connectors. So we've got all that going on. Oh, I put freaking signs. How nice of me to cut. Okay, good. I was like, that's supposed to be quick wire? Because that is not that amount of quick wire. Okay. There we go. So we got our rough ideas over here. Here's the radio control units. Also making supercomputers, right? And this is crystal oscillators. Yep. So that's why the quartz crystal is coming over here via this line here. And then the excess is just going into storage. Got a cool look at the base from over here. Got the cold factory, cold power down there, like we said before. And then, yeah, so radio control units are just being made here, and then they get sent back on the drone that takes the aluminum casings over. So that first drone wasn't coming to the storage area, it was coming here. There we go. That's where we got the drones. All right, if you enjoyed this base tour, be sure to leave a like. I'm going to be streaming this Friday, so be sure to come on out. Probably going to try and start around 10 o'clock a.m. Eastern Time, US. So I know I got a couple friends from the EU. So if you're tuning in, make sure to do the switcheroo in your head. And otherwise, thank you so much for watching. I will catch you in the next one. See you.